It was a typical morning at the ranch when I noticed something unusual. My pickup truck was missing. Karen had apparently decided that my diesel truck was illegal and had arranged for it to be towed under some fabricated HOA regulation. She seemed to believe she could arbitrarily declare my vehicle non-compliant and remove it, disregarding all property rights. What she didn't know was that her actions would have serious consequences for her and the HOA. I immediately accessed my security cameras and saw her directing a tow truck to my driveway. The vehicle operators hesitated, clearly confused about the ownership documentation, but Karen waved them forward. I grabbed my phone and dialed the sheriff's office, providing full documentation of ownership and proof that the truck was fully legal. Karen strutted around my driveway, clipboard in hand, calling the HOA and shouting about enforcing rules. I activated my PA system. "Karen, you are trespassing on private property. The truck is fully legal. Any further interference will be considered illegal, and law enforcement has been notified." Ignoring the warnings, she attempted to authorize the tow. As the tow truck hooked my pickup, I remotely accessed the vehicle's security system, which triggered an immobilizer, preventing it from being towed further. The operators quickly realized that the truck could not be moved without authorization, and the sheriff's deputies arrived moments later, guided by real-time alerts from my property sensors. The deputies approached Karen cautiously. "Ma'am," one said firmly, "you are trespassing on private property and have attempted unauthorized removal of a vehicle. Do you have legal authority to do this?" Karen waved her clipboard. I'm enforcing HOA rules. This truck is diesel. It violates neighborhood policy." The deputy reviewed the property deeds and vehicle registration documents I provided. Every piece of evidence confirmed that the truck was legally mine, fully registered, and compliant with all local and state laws. Karen's authority was non-existent. "Ma'am," the deputy continued, "any further action could result in criminal charges for trespassing and illegal seizure of property. Step back immediately." Karen's confidence crumbled. She tried to argue further, but the evidence was overwhelming. She had not only trespassed but had also attempted to unlawfully seize private property. My security footage, vehicle immobilizer logs, and real-time GPS tracking all documented her actions. Once the situation was fully assessed, the deputies instructed the tow truck operators to release the pickup. Karen was formally warned and escorted from the property. Her behavior had triggered documentation of trespassing, attempted theft, and interference with private property. The HOA board was notified immediately, and Karen's privileges were permanently revoked. Neighbors who had witnessed the event were astonished. Karen had believed she could assert arbitrary authority over my truck, but she had instead triggered law enforcement, exposed herself to potential criminal charges, and embarrassed herself publicly. By the end of the day, the pickup was safely back in my possession, the driveway secure, and Karen had been thoroughly humiliated. The HOA faced potential legal repercussions, and a clear message was sent. No member can interfere with private property, attempt seizure, or threaten legal rights without consequences. Karen had thought towing my pickup would assert HOA control. Instead, she triggered law enforcement intervention, public embarrassment, and permanent revocation of HOA authority, all while my property and vehicle remained fully protected. Karen tried to declare my truck illegal and tow it. Instead, she faced humiliation, legal consequences, and permanent loss of HOA privileges, proving once again that rogue HOA members cannot interfere with private property without repercussions.